Hey guys, common denominator. I was busy working. I just wanted to take a break to do this video. Guys, this is a serious topic. You know what I do on this channel. For those who are new and just watching this for the first time, what I want to basically say is this channel is about analyzing the current state of the black community and offering up solutions to what's actually going on in the black community. Um, I'm going to lead out with a question here. I wish I could do these videos where I'm just laughing and smiling and having fun and this sort of thing, but, you know, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to make money off of YouTube. I've been analyzing this for a few years, and basically what I've come up with, and I'll lead out with a question, and then I'll kind of get around to my point. I've touched on this topic a few times. You know, every channel has to have a topic. I hope you guys aren't getting bored of this topic, but as we analyze this together, as we analyze our culture together, we what I want to say is we we need to look at, as a culture, we have to look at where we're going. We can't allow the culture to just go down, to just crash and burn. Basically, we have to all take an active role in fixing our culture. And fixing our culture means the sharing of ideas, means the creation of videos like this, the posting videos like this, sharing the content of videos like this. We know that, most of us know that something's wrong, very, very wrong with the culture. We get that. A lot of us are struggling to really understand what it is. I may not have all the answers, but I have an idea. And I'm going to lead out with this question. I'm going to say this. What is one thing that most black men are exposed to? What is one thing that we can comfortably say that most black men are exposed to? And let's look at it in another way. If you wanted to get a message out there, if you wanted to change culture, social engineering, if you wanted to change people, what would you use? What medium would you use? It would probably be popular mediums such as television and music, right? Television, music, movies, these sorts of popular mediums. I don't think, and sad to say, I don't think you're going to change black culture with books. It's sad, but that's not the way it's going to happen. I don't think you really, unless it's like in the K through 12 educational system where people are forced to study it. Hence why I suggest changing Black History Month and accelerating it and including more material that's put in there by actual black people, more black people, and it's updated so that we have more information and it's put into the school system so that we can actually change. But I got to make this video short. I'm actually doing some work. The single greatest cause, from what I can see, of black male toxicity is the messages held in rap music and popular movies and media. The only way you can effectively change, the only way you can really program young black men to act in a certain way. And let's talk about black male toxicity very quickly. Black male toxicity includes the rough, very unfortunate treatment of women in general, and in particular, black women. Because there seems to be some sort of preference that's sort of matriculated its way through black society with black men to the point where they sort of a lot of black men tend to prefer other women in some way. I don't think that's normal. Number one, I really don't think that's normal. I think it's normal to be attracted to other people of other ethnicities, but I don't think it's normal to prefer other women over your own women. That's just me. But there could be some causes for why that is. Not really gonna get into that now, but I think the single greatest cause is rap music lyrics. I really do believe this. I think rap music lyrics, you can look at correlation. You can look at what they're saying in the music. You can look at the behaviors that are being carried out by people. You can look at, the talk of shooting people, and you can see it happening in the culture. You can look at the talk of robbing people, and you can see it in the culture. They say there's an expression that says life imitates art. It's true. Life does imitate art. I believe there are some things that happen in life, people sing about them, and then it becomes a self-perpetuating machine. And that's what's happened with hip-hop music. I believe hip-hop and rap have perpetuated something that was probably there in a minute type of way, but now it's become everything. It's becoming the overwhelming theme, the overarching theme of the black male existence, to the extent in which certain ideas are just passed down. Certain things that are ridiculous as the pimp walk. Gotta walk with a limp, walk with a lean. If you ever watch black men walk, now a lot of women find this attractive because they call it swag or swagger, but they've also been programmed. Everyone's been programmed. And I'm going to give you some very clear examples of how this programming works. If we're taking our cultural cues from crime culture, for example, pimping. Pimping is illegal. Okay? In 49 of the 50 states, it's illegal to be a pimp. Okay? I don't even know if it's legal to be a pimp in Las Vegas per se, or not in Las Vegas, in Nevada, because in the city of Las Vegas you cannot, prostitution's illegal, so pimping would have to be illegal. But you can be a brothel owner, which is somewhat of a pimp, I guess you could say. But when we're taking our cues to, and we're teaching, when we're taking our value system from crime, that's a problem. When we're taking, this is how you should walk, because real black men walk this way. Real black men walk with a limp. When you see these guys, it's funny because I've heard people in the military call it this diddy bopping, just kind of diddy bopping down the street and walking in a certain way, which has become, fashionable to walk this way. It shows that this guy has style. And there was even a point in which people were using, like older guys would walk around with canes because that was fashionable. When we're taking, now, have you noticed, I've done some videos on this where a lot of black people, people in the black community don't like to smile. Smiling is like a sign of weakness, and if they do smile, it's like a devious type of smile or a grin. Smiling at one point was, if you smiled too brightly or if you were cheesing too much, it was almost like you were considered, especially if you were doing it for a picture, it was like you were considered white or something, because black people don't smile. These are aspects of black male toxicity that, and I believe that rap music in this culture of criminality, the more I study this, the more I analyze this, I believe this culture of criminality that's being passed down in bits and pieces to young black men, I believe this is the common denominator in understanding black male toxicity and understanding why. Look, I'm gonna tell you really quickly. I'm gonna give you an example. It's really easy to understand of how easy it is to program someone to be stupid. Okay, if you can convince a black male that calling another black male the N-word, if you can convince him of this, and he does it and he believes it, he is a victim of programming. If he thinks this is good to actually call another black male an insult word, but then he gets offended when other races say it or when other races refer to him as this word. And then to take it a step further, if you can convince him that putting an A instead of an ER somehow changes the word, but then he still gets upset at when someone uses the A instead of the ER, then he's effectively been brainwashed, and then when he's teaching other black men through, vicarious learning, they're just watching and learning, or whether he's telling them or just through music, when they're learning through music, this is what you say because this is normal. When they're starting sentences with the N word and then putting B after that, and then this is normal. And then in this very video, you're not going to see the comments because they come up on my screen as flagged, and I just delete them. I don't even read them. But I know I set up a filter for these retards because I know there are black people out there, black men especially, who defend the N-word like a bunch of black white supremacists. They defend the use of the N-word like it's culture, like it's something we should be proud of and it's ours, and they defend it like how people defend religion. They defend this like how people defend politics. This black male toxicity is a problem. You look at how there's a video that's circling. It's my last story and I gotta go. There's a video that's circling of a young man who was stopped by the police, probably stopped for driving while black. Happens all the time. I've been stopped. My car definitely had something to do with it. They stopped me. This is the only time I've been stopped, and it was in this type of car that I had. I wasn't speeding, wasn't doing anything, but this guy was driving while black, and the way he was responding to the police, it's like he was trying to get shot. You can't be that stupid. You can't. And then, unfortunately, I honestly believe a lot of people get stopped because they're black. And these police officers, they know that these people will start to become act in an erratic way. And all they do is push them, because I believe a lot of these cops are racist. And a lot of these cops use this as a pretext to murdering people. They know that, look, in the same way that white people in the military industrial complex, the people who are going to war with the Middle East, in the same way they know that the personality types and the culture of men in the Middle East is very volatile, and they're very explosive, and they're quick to lose their temper, and they're, I've even heard some people call them crazy. I don't think they're crazy as individuals, but I think the culture, it produces crazy. It produces crazy responses to normal situations. And I think they exploit that. They use that. They use their religion against them. They use their responses against them. This is why nonviolent protest held by Martin Luther King, who he learned from Gandhi, who was a racist, unfortunately, but who he learned from Gandhi, which used a nonviolent protest against the British, and it worked. This is why You cannot react that way. And black male toxicity teaches you, if you feel like you're being disrespected by anybody, to just act a crazy fool. And then as soon as you do that, they put a bullet in you or a few bullets in you. Black male toxicity permeates so many. It dictates different ways black men should act in culture. And a lot of these black people who died in these shootings didn't have to die. You know, they died unjustly. But I believe they were victims of a system, a racist system, which understands how they respond to certain stimulus, and they exploit that to their benefit, which is to kill them. And it's justified under the police code. I saw a video where this black guy, it was actually a black cop and a white cop, stopped two black guys. One of the black guys started getting irate. Okay, black male toxicity kicked in. His street cred was being tested, and he decided to act a fool. And he tried to get out the car. They told him to stay in the car. They were holding the door. The black cop was like, stay in the car, stay in the car. He had his hand on his gun and everything. This guy was going to get out the car. He was like, look, I'm going to show you fools. He got shot to death right there. Both cops shot him. They just stood back and put bullets in him. Black male toxicity gets black men in trouble with the law. And there's no greater evidence than this than the criminal justice system. They know white racist people, not all white people are racist, but the racists that exist in the system, in the institution, they understand how you will respond to certain things. They know that due to this rap music, you're prone to criminality. You're prone to hustling. You're prone to drug dealing. You're prone to robbing. And they use this against you. You know, and to see black men being played like this, it's so unfortunate, because you're so busy trying to prove how tough you are and that you're not white, and that you're going to do the opposite of what white men do, and you're so afraid of being associated with whiteness, education, walking normally, keep pulling your pants up. You're so afraid of this. You're so afraid of this that you do the exact opposite, the exact extremes. And then you begin to criticize any black person who does these things, and you say they're acting white. You know, and then the greatest irony is you're acting white by calling your brothers and sister the N-word. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to leave it at that. I could talk about this forever. Okay, I've been studying this. Common denominator. If you have comments, leave them below. I just decided to take some time out to do this. Have a good day. Peace.